Irving McPhail is the CEO of the National Action Council for Minorities in Engineering, and he joins us now. Irv, how are you?
How are you?
Excellent, excellent. So tell me what the National Action Council for Minorities in Engineering is.
All right, well, for the past 35 years, NACME, as we are called, has pursued a very critical national mission, and that is to provide leadership and support for the national effort to increase the representation of successful African American, American Indian, and Latino women and men in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics careers.
And how do you do that?
Well, we have a diversified strategy that really covers the continuum from middle school through workforce entry. In the area of pre-engineering at the middle school level, we're very concerned about developing awareness on the part of underrepresented minority parents and students and guidance counselors and teachers about engineering as a career, the joys and excitement of innovation, the importance of math and science in terms of preparation for engineering careers, how much engineers make, what engineers do, just building the general level of awareness. And we develop a specific set of materials for use by students and parents and others designed to answer those kinds of questions. At grades 9 through 12, we have partnered with two other organizations, Project Lead the Way and the National Academy Foundation, in an effort to open by fall of 2012 110 academies of engineering across the nation. Now, the academies of engineering are small learning communities housed within larger urban high schools or high schools with high minority enrollment that focuses on math and science education, engineering awareness, introduction to engineering courses, mentoring by engineers, the opportunities for summer jobs and internship experiences, again, all designed to guarantee that we have a cadre of young people who are prepared for entry to engineering school after they graduate from 12th grade, should they decide to do so, and able to go on and to achieve success. We also, for the last 35 years, have emerged as the largest private provider of scholarship support for underrepresented minority students pursuing engineering degrees. In the last 35 years, we've provided well over $114 million in scholarship support, helped to support more than 22,000 minority engineering students, and develop relationships with more than 160 colleges and universities across the nation. In addition to that, we're actively engaged in research and policy, where we're trying to influence federal thinking and legislation and other programs at the federal level that are designed to increase and maintain U.S. competitiveness in engineering by really trying to assure that all Americans have an equal opportunity to participate in STEM careers. And so our research and policy efforts represent a significant part of our work as well.
All right, so if you're a minority student in this country and you're looking to be an engineer, boy, are you going to help them out, because by 2012, hopefully you got something set up so that grades 9 through 12, they can get on a track so that it's easier to get into school. Then once they get into school, you chip in with scholarships. Is that roughly right?
That's correct. Let me just also point out, though, that we're developing our goal of 110 academies of engineering. We actually started. We actually already have 29 academies of engineering operating across the country now.
Why engineering? Because, I mean, I know I got friends who went into engineering, and they're regretting it a little bit.
Well, if America is going to be able to maintain our preeminence in the area of innovation, then we're going to have to move more of our young people through the pathway and through the pipeline into, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics careers. Why engineering? Engineering is at the focal point of discovery and innovation. Engineering careers really drive, to a large extent, the American economy. Engineering as a discipline helps the United States, has helped the United States maintain a level of excellence and competitiveness relative to other nations in the world in terms of innovation, development of new products, new thinking, discovery. And so it's really important that we maintain that level of excellence that has always described and characterized America. And the only way we're going to be able to do that is to take recognition of the fact that the demographics of our country have changed drastically, will continue to change, and we need to move more and more young people who historically have not considered engineering as a career path into that direction.
I know, but if you tell them about finance, they'll be able to make a lot more money robbing the American taxpayer. Do you think about that?
You make a good point. And in fact, there is some evidence that students perhaps have moved away from engineering and from STEM careers because of the financial allure, if you will, of Wall Street. But given what has happened on Wall Street in the last several years, I think that by building awareness and by making more young people aware of the possibilities of careers in science and technology and engineering, I think we can turn that direction. We can turn that tide.
You know what's funny is that nobody does. I mean, that's one of the problems with in America now, as you point out. Nobody does engineering anymore, and we outsource it. So
exactly.
If your program is successful, continues to be successful, it'll be funny because the only engineers left in the country will be black guys. So, or women as well, and Latinos. But there'll be, and so then the Hollywood movies will be right, because if you ever watch the Hollywood movies, it's always the black guy who's the engineer. So,
well, listen, I think that there always will be. I think our goal at NACME, in fact, our vision statement is an engineering workforce that looks like America. So the reality is all of the engineers will not be African American. They all be Latino or American Indian. I think that what we're after is an engineering workforce that really reflects, the demographic realities of America. I mean, America really is becoming more and more a nation of color, but I think that there's room in engineering for all of us, and we just want to make certain that all Americans have an equal chance to participate.
Irv, real quick, did the Pell Grants wind up affecting you at all, or no?
Yeah, let me tell you how.
Yeah.
One of the concerns that we have with regard to higher education is that there needs to be a very serious effort to remove a lot of the systemic barriers that underrepresented minorities have in terms of participating in college. And one of these is, of course, financial aid as well as admissions policies. The increase in the value of the Pell Grant is a positive because, for example, our NACME scholarships are last dollar in. That means that when our students are accepted to a college or university to study engineering, they go through the financial aid application process, are awarded financial aid based on their individual and family needs and circumstances, and then the NACME scholarship helps to supplement aid provided from a variety of sources and really helps to bridge the gap. But to the extent that college costs continue to rise and financial aid possibilities are not able to really keep track with that widening gap, it does in fact present a major barrier to the participation of low-income students in higher education.
So what they attach to the health care bill in terms of Pell Grants, you're fairly excited about that?
With the health care bill, yeah, well, I guess as an American citizen, as an individual, I'm excited about the reality that now millions of Americans who heretofore did not have access to health care will have an opportunity to have health care. I think that...
No, I meant the part where they attach the increase in Pell Grants.
Well, I'm very happy about the increase in Pell Grants.
Right, because they attach that to the health care bill. That's
happy about the increase in Pell Grants. I think that that's a very important part of U.S. higher education policy, and I'm happy to see it.
All right, Dr. Irving McPhail from NACME, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you for taking the call.
All right.